In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum. Today we will discuss about two topics of algae. First one is the classification of algae and second one is the ecological roles of algae. So let's start. Classification of algae. Algae are divided into several classes on the basis of cell structure, nature of pigments, type of reserve food, and methods of reproduction. The other characters used in the classification of algae include shape of chromatophores, presence or absence of organized nucleus, cell wall, methods of reproduction, and ecological aspects such as habitat, etc. The modern phycologists classify these plants of algal organization into 11 divisions: Cyanophyta, Chlorophyta, Charophyta, Xanthophyta, Chrysophyta, Bacillariophyta, Pyrophyta, Cryptophyta, Euglenophyta, Phaeophyta, and Rhodophyta. All these classes of algae will be discussed in detail with appropriate examples in upcoming lectures. Ecological importance of algae. Algae are ecologically significant organisms that play vital roles in global ecosystems. Here are some details of their ecological roles. The first one is the source of food. Algae occupy position of producer within the food chain, which means that numerous food chains begin with them. They are highly important because it is a food source to a large number of aquatic animals, ranging from tadpole to fish species. Life in the ocean is heavily dependent on algae, as the organisms that feed on algae are eaten by larger species, ensuring that life continues in the sea. Algae are high in vitamin A, K, selenium, magnesium, iodine, and fiber. The second one is the source of fodder. Several types of livestock are fed algae, particularly seaweed. Rhodymania palmata, commonly known as sheep's weed, is an algal product used to feed animals like chickens and cows. Algae are widely used as animal feed in many coastal countries like Sweden and Denmark. Fucus is used in hen feed as its usage results in eggs with high iodine contents. The third one is as fertilizers. The two most common types of algae used in fertilizer production are red algae and brown algae. These types are primarily utilized in regions near water sources or coastal regions. Kara is used to overcome calcium deficiency in the fields, and liquid fertilizers that extracted from some algae are popular due to its remarkable ability to replenish nitrogen levels in the soil. The fourth one is nitrogen fixation. The conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds is one of the major roles being played by algal plants, especially by the members of Cyanophyta or blue-green algae. A high rice yield has obtained when the rice fields were inoculated by certain nitrogen-fixing blue-green algae. The next one is source of oxygen. Algae play a vital role in oxygen production, contributing more than 30% of consumed 30% of oxygen consumed by the land animals and forming a significant part of the 50 to 80% of oxygen produced by oceans. The next source of algae as an indicator. Algae serve as important indicators of water pollution. due to their rapid reproduction and sensitivity to environmental changes. By studying algae growth patterns and their response to various pollutants, scientists can identify the types and levels of contamination in water bodies. Algae serve as effective indicators of climate change because they react to shifts in environmental change, such as temperature. The next role of algae is the production of antibiotics and medicines. Some algae yield antibiotics, for example, chlorelin is obtained from green alga chlorella that inhibits the growth of certain bacteria. An antibiotic is obtained from a diatom which is effective against Escherichia coli. Because of high iodine contents, brown algae is used in the manufacture of goiter medicines. The next role of algae is in habitat formation. Algae support the growth and diversity of aquatic life by providing habitats for various species. Forests formed by large brown algae, such as kelp, are called kelp forest and serve as crucial habitats for many marine organisms. The next role of algae is in land reclamation. Algae act as binding agents on disturbed or burnt soils. Nostoc and Anabina grow as thick substratum on the surface of saline soils and help in reclamation of these soils. These plants, I mean algae, help in reducing the pH of alkaline soils and increasing the water holding capacity of these soils by making these useful once again. The next role of algae in sewage disposal. The effective disposal of sewage requires oxygen. And this oxygenation is brought about by algal members present in the sewage, like Chlamydomonas, Euglena, and Chlorella. The oxygenation by algae also helps to avoid the unpleasant odor coming out of sewage bodies. The next role of algae in pisciculture. Pisciculture, commonly known as fish farming, which is the practice of breeding and raising fish for commercial purposes. Algae play an important role in the fish farming process, serving as a primary food source for various fish species. Algae also help improve the aquatic environment by naturally removing carbon dioxide from the air and supplying oxygen to the water, making it more suitable for fish. While algae are generally beneficial, they can disrupt ecosystems under certain conditions, causing environmental and health issues. Harmful algal blooms. Some types of algae can proliferate excessively under nutrient-rich waters, forming harmful algal blooms. These blooms produce toxins that can poison aquatic organisms, contaminate drinking water, and pose serious health risks to humans and animals through ingestion or exposure. Eutrophication impact. What is eutrophication? Eutrophication is a process that occurs when a body of water becomes enriched with nutrients, which can lead to algal blooms, oxygen depletion, and harm to aquatic life. Excessive nutrients can trigger the overgrowth of algae in water. As the algae die and decompose, the process consumes large amount of oxygen, leading to hypoxia. Hypoxia means oxygen depletion. This can result in dead zone, where aquatic life, including fish, cannot survive, causing significant ecological damage. So, As a result, algae are indispensable for maintaining ecological balance, deriving biotechnological cycles, supporting food webs, and mitigating climate change. Understanding and protecting algae rich ecosystems is crucial for sustaining life on Earth.